Welcome to WNBA Trending, your home for the latest updates, reactions, and stories from around the women's basketball world. The Indiana Fever are once again making headlines, but this time, it's not for their on-court performance. In a stunning revelation, Sophie Cunningham has come forward to announce the WNBA's unexpected punishment decision, a move that has sparked debate across the sports community, drawing reactions from players, fans, and analysts alike. This decision by the WNBA's disciplinary committee has taken many by surprise, especially given the context of the incident and the league's growing focus on promoting player emotion, individuality, and competition. Sophie Cunningham's announcement has already caused ripples throughout the basketball world, shining a spotlight on how the league enforces its disciplinary standards. It all began following a heated and emotional game last weekend, where the Fever faced off against one of their toughest rivals in a highly competitive matchup. The game was intense, physical, and full of passion, the kind of basketball that fans love to watch. But it seems that passion came at a price. In her statement, Cunningham confirmed that she had been fined by the WNBA and issued an official warning for what the league described as unsportsmanlike conduct. According to reports, the disciplinary action stemmed from a verbal exchange and physical confrontation late in the game that officials later reviewed. However, Sophie Cunningham made it clear she disagreed with the punishment. Her words, raw and emotional, immediately struck a chord with fans. She said she was shocked and disappointed by the WNBA's decision, arguing that her competitive fire was being misunderstood as disrespect. "I play with emotion, with passion, and with love for this game," she wrote. "That's what makes me who I am. If that's a reason to be punished, I'll take it, but I won't ever apologize for caring." The reaction was immediate. Within minutes of her statement, social media erupted with support for the Fever forward. Fans flooded comment sections, praising Sophie for speaking out and defending her authenticity. Many said she represents what modern women's basketball is all about: emotion, grit, and leadership. Soon after, the hashtag #StandWithSophie began trending, with thousands of WNBA fans calling out the league for what they saw as an unfair and inconsistent disciplinary approach. Observers noted that similar situations in the past involving players from other teams did not result in the same level of punishment, prompting questions about whether the WNBA enforces its rules consistently. Sports journalist Maya Green commented, "Sophie Cunningham's intensity is what makes her special. The league markets that kind of emotion all season long, then penalizes it when it happens in real time. It's a double standard." Even among other WNBA players, the reaction was divided. Some privately agreed that the league's decision was overly harsh, while others suggested that professionalism and control must remain a priority. Still, the overwhelming response from fans has been one of support for Sophie, who has quickly become one of the league's most recognizable personalities. The WNBA issued a brief statement confirming the disciplinary action but declined to release details about the incident or the fine amount. The statement read, "The WNBA reviews all conduct on and off the court to ensure the integrity and sportsmanship of the game. Disciplinary measures are issued when league policy violations occur." That lack of transparency only fueled more questions. Fans and analysts alike demanded more information, arguing that vague disciplinary rulings do more harm than good, especially at a time when the league is trying to grow its fan base and build player-fan relationships through authenticity. This situation has come at a time when the WNBA is experiencing unprecedented growth, record-breaking ratings, sold-out arenas, and a surge of new fans drawn in by stars like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and of course, Sophie Cunningham. But that growth has also brought new challenges, including increased scrutiny over how the league handles public controversies. For Indiana Fever fans, the punishment feels especially painful. Cunningham has become an emotional leader for the team since her arrival, helping shape the Fever's identity as a passionate, hard-working squad. Her connection with Caitlin Clark has also become one of the most talked-about dynamics in women's basketball. The two have built an impressive chemistry on and off the court. Clark's precision passing and Cunningham's hustle make them a dynamic duo, and fans often highlight their teamwork and camaraderie. After the WNBA's decision, many wondered how the team would respond. According to reports from Fever practices, the atmosphere remains positive and united. Sophie Cunningham was seen smiling, practicing with energy and joking with teammates. Caitlin Clark reportedly stood by her side, reinforcing that the Fever locker room remains tight-knit and resilient. An insider close to the team shared that the players have rallied around Sophie, viewing this incident as motivation rather than distraction. They're using it as fuel, the source said. The team feels disrespected, and they're ready to prove people wrong. This sense of solidarity among the Fever reflects something much larger happening in the WNBA, a new era of players who aren't afraid to speak their minds. For years, women's basketball players have fought to be seen and heard, both on and off the court. Now, as the league's visibility skyrockets, moments like this highlight the balance between professionalism and self-expression. Cunningham's punishment has sparked a league-wide conversation about emotion in sports, especially women's sports. Critics argue that passionate displays by male athletes are often celebrated, while women are labeled too emotional or unsportsmanlike for the same behavior. Former players have also joined the conversation. One retired WNBA veteran said, "We've fought for decades to play with heart and emotion without being policed for it. Sophie's fine, just shows how far we still have to go." The Fever's coaching staff has remained professional but firm in its support for Sophie. Head coach Christy Sides praised her leadership and commitment, calling her a player who embodies passion and teamwork. She added that the team stands behind Sophie completely. The fans, too, have made their feelings clear. Fever supporters flooded social media with messages of solidarity, posting photos of Sophie with captions like, "Play with fire, never apologize." Many have also called for the WNBA to review its disciplinary procedures and establish clearer, fairer standards. Meanwhile, major sports outlets have continued to cover the fallout, noting how incidents like this could affect the league's growing reputation. Some analysts believe the WNBA needs to embrace the new wave of energetic, outspoken players rather than suppress them. Sophie Cunningham, at just 28 years old, has become a symbol of that change, a player who refuses to tone down her personality to fit expectations. She's not only an athlete, but also an ambassador for the next generation of players who want to compete with both skill and emotion. While the fine itself might not be significant in financial terms, its impact has been massive in shaping public perception. Fans see Sophie as a player standing up not just for herself, but for every athlete who's ever been told to calm down for showing passion. Her resilience has also impressed neutral observers. Even after being fined, Sophie continued posting motivational messages to her followers, thanking fans for their support and reaffirming her love for the game. "Basketball has always been about emotion. You can't fake that," she said in a recent interview. "You play because you love it, because it means something. That's never going to change for me." Her statement resonated deeply with fans, and it's clear that Sophie has emerged from this controversy more admired than ever. The Indiana Fever organization has not announced whether they will appeal the punishment, but sources close to the team suggest that they are more focused on finishing the season strong and using this moment as motivation. The WNBA, meanwhile, is facing increasing pressure to clarify how disciplinary decisions are made and to ensure that passion is not mistaken for misconduct. Many fans believe the league's handling of this case could set a precedent for how similar situations are treated in the future. As for Sophie Cunningham, she seems determined to move forward. She's continued practicing with the same intensity, bringing her trademark energy to every session and encouraging teammates to focus on their shared goals. Through all the noise, one message stands out. Sophie Cunningham is not backing down. She's using this moment to remind the world what women's basketball truly represents: heart, passion, and authenticity. This story has become more than just about a fine or a rule book. It's about identity, growth, and the fight for fair treatment in sports. Sophie's willingness to speak up has given fans a new reason to rally behind the Fever, and the movement shows no sign of slowing down. The Fever will return to the court soon, and all eyes will be on Sophie Cunningham, not just for how she plays, but for what she represents. A new chapter in WNBA history is being written, one that celebrates emotion instead of punishing it. This is WNBA Trending, bringing you the latest developments and behind-the-scenes insight from around the league. Stay tuned for more updates as the story unfolds.